Hello today, and today I'm going to be doing a video response to Msknight. Michelle was doing a video response to lactobacillusprime, I hope that's how you pronounce his name, about recording equipment. So I'll be showing you my recording equipment, what I used to use and what I use now, and also be showing you the accessories and software that I use to edit. So first things first, before I start, I am recording this video at the moment with my Samsung Galaxy S3. It was my old smartphone. Still use it to record product reviews and stuff like that. But when I'm out and about, I use my trusty smartphone, which is my Sony Xperia XZ. The reason why I chose this phone, because I thought this S3 was dying until I did a factory reset and it was starting to work again. But this is a great smartphone for recording. And the reason why, let's have a look. I'll show you some of the features. So hang on a minute, I think I've got this upside down. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But now it's right. So let's have a look. So you can also do video and take still photos. But let's have a look at some of the settings. As you can change the resolution. Full HD, HD. Obviously, full HD is 1080p. HD is 720. VGA and MMS, they're just lower quality. Yeah, so I've got options to record in all formats, including there is another option somewhere. I can, right, if we go down here, this is your photos. You can take photos. Let's have a look. Resolution, you can take them up to 23 megapixel, but only in 4.3 mode. 20 megapixel 16:9, 8 megapixel 4:3, and 16:9. So yeah, it's good at taking pictures. Well, for me it's good at taking pictures. Obviously you can't compare it to a decent photographic camera. So we got manual. So if we go up here, so we got our other things, so AR effects, sticker creation, 4K video. Yeah, so we can record up to 4K. We can do all sorts of things. Well, I never use all that, but I sometimes do 4K recording. But it does take a lot out of the phone, and it also does take a lot to upload. So I rarely do record on 4K at the moment, unless maybe if I get a better internet speed. So I do. It's rarely that I do record on HD, only for my product reviews and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is what I use if I take it out. So it's a good all-rounder. Does the job pretty good, unless it overheats, which I haven't had no issues for a while. So that's good. Yeah. So this is the one that I take out and about. Well, it's my mobile phone, so you're always going to have it on you. So if there's a recording you need to do, want to do, it's there. You're always going to take your phone with you. So that's the phone. Next, haven't had this long. This is my action camera. Yeah, the reason why I bought this, it was only a cheap thing. It wasn't even 30 quid. It come with a lot of accessories, but I wanted to try some underwater footage, so I thought this would be good enough. It does the job pretty good. Before people start saying, no, it's not a GoPro, I know that. It's not even in the same class as a GoPro. So I don't want people out there start saying, oh yeah, but GoPros are better. I know GoPros are better. I think everyone knows GoPros are better. So all these idiots start comparing. Yes, I know. This ain't no way as good as a GoPro. Anyway, I've got to clear that up. So basically, let's switch it on. Yeah, it's just a basic camera. I think for the price, it does a pretty good job. I can't complain too much, considering how much it was. I do have some gripes with it. I don't like the fisheye effect. It does fish, you know, or barrel distortion, whatever you want to call it. It does record like that. I've done some test videos on my YouTube channel if you want to check them out. Underwater, over the park, indoor tests. But you know, for what I want it does the job. I think it's a good little camera. Also, another gripe: the microphone isn't too good. But if you're doing underwater, this is what I basically bought it for. It's mainly underwater because I like to do some underwater footage. I've already done that, but it's nice to do some more. Might be good if I take it on holiday. If I want to go swimming or something, I'll take this underwater because it's got a underwater case and obviously a load of other accessories, like if you want to mount it to a bike handlebars and all crash it like a bike helmet. I think you can even use it as a dash cam. So we got some. We go to the menu, if I can remember. I think you push the first button, so you can take. This is just going through the options. So here's your options screen. It's not touch screen. You wouldn't expect it to be, but. But let's have a look at the camera mode. So you can choose your resolution. You can record up to 4K. So you've got 4K, 2.7K, 1080p 60 frames per second, 1080p 30 frames per second, 720p 120 frames per second, then 60 frames per second and 30 frames per second. So you've got all the high definition recording modes, but it won't record lower than that. Got other options on it which I ain't going through. I've done a review on this camera, so no point going through all it again. So I've got different recording modes I can do. As I say, you've got the fisheye effect. That's something I don't like, but I don't think there's nothing you can do about it. But that's that. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the camera for the price. So yeah, so mainly use this one for underwater, and it does the job pretty well. Next camera is my old camcorder. Unfortunately, it does work. It works pretty well. Got the rotate. It only rotate. Oh no, here we go. So it does rotate all the way. This is only standard definition, and the zoom is pretty good because I was using it the other day. But the only problem with this camera now, it is quite old. It's even got a hard disk drive on it, so you don't even have to worry about SD cards. I never use an SD card because once I've done, I just plug it into the computer, or I did, and record and just bring the images and edit it. Unfortunately, with this camera though, you have to use its software, and its software is rubbish. And not only that, I'm using Windows 10 now. There's an issue transferring the files. When I record on widescreen, some reason it doesn't work. The files don't work properly. They keep narrowing it down to full screen, and image gets all squashed. So there is an issue there. I don't know what the issue is. Perhaps it's incompatibility now. This camera is pretty old. I bought it 8 years ago, so you know it was compatible with XP, and there's no new software available. So there is issues with this camera. It's not the camera itself. It's just because I can easily connect it to a TV if I wanted to, but it's not the point. Because I do like to edit my videos, but this is no longer any good anymore, which is a shame because it is a very good camera despite being standard definition. So buying a new camcorder with 1080p maybe, or even 4K, up to 4K to have that option, might have to be an option now that I might have to do, is buy a new camcorder, because it's nice to have the zoom function. And that's something you don't get with action cameras or smartphones, is a decent zoom function. So basically that's my out and about cameras. So now we're going to switch to my indoor cameras. So this is my indoor camera. This is a webcam. It's the Logitech HD Pro C920, and I've not had this long. It does the job if I want to, when I do my talking on the cameras. This can record up to 1080p, and you can see it's got stereo microphones. I can't get them to how I want them. So yes, recording, people do say about the quality of my mics. I don't have any professional microphones, so these I'll have to do. So this is the camera I currently use for my talking on the cameras. It's good, it does the job, I like it. So next door to it we have my older webcam, which is the Microsoft Live Cam. It still works. There's a few issues with it because that's why I bought that one. The zoom, when it tries to zoom, it keeps doing it at times and goes a bit blurry, goes out of focus. But I like the mic on it better. I use it for the microphone because I find the microphone, I don't know, it's just, to me it seems better. So I basically use that for the mic, but sometimes I can use it for the camera. Or if I want to do a dual camera setup, if I wanted to, I could do that, because it's got two pieces of software I can use. So that's got its own piece of software, and I use that with Windows 10's camera software. Yeah, and also, yeah, let's have a look. So that's the software for the live cam, but as I said, the other camera uses the Windows 10 software. So that's the webcams. That's all the camera setups I've got, including what I'm using to record this, which is the Samsung Galaxy S3. So first of all, this is my first tripod that I always use if I'm doing product reviews. As you can see, this didn't come with it. This came with another older tripod. I think it broke. It came from China, that did, but this actually come from over here. It's quite a nice thing. I think it only cost £5. So this is what I use to do my product reviews with. With this mobile phone mount, and it's also good for taking out with you, because you can fold these legs back and you can hold it like that. And okay, it's nothing like a gimbal, you know. Gimbals are very good things. That's something I would consider getting. But this, you can hold it like that if you want to take it out. I always use the S3 with this because I won't. Because my other phone is in a case, so it wouldn't be no good. So I always use this S3 with this. So that's that. That's one of the tripods. This is what I used to use. It's basically a short tripod with extendable legs, and that's what I used to use before I had that. Okay, it's a little bit flimsy, but as I say, very cheap. Come from China. Probably cost, I think it cost about £1.50, something like that. So it's nothing special. And also we got a nice big tripod. So it's more professional. Alright, it weren't that expensive, but I think it cost about 12 quid. But it's definitely more professional because you've got all the mount camera thing on there, all sorts of things, and it does extend right, as you can see. So it's quite a good tripod if I wanted to take it out. Yeah, so they're my tripods. So now as the tripods covered, what do I use if I want to capture? So this is a capture card or capture device. Unfortunately, this doesn't work properly with Windows 10. I've only ever used this once to record, and that was from my actual Commodore 64, which it done, but the quality is not great. I mean, it's alright, but that's why I use emulators, because you just get a better video from it. Get a much better video. There's more things you can do with emulators, but these things are just, unless you buy a real good and not a cheap thing that I do, it's not that great. So really no call for it really, because I use mainly emulators. So let's have a look at software now. So this is what I use to capture when I'm doing gaming and things like that, when I use different emulators. This is Bandicam, and I like using this piece of software. It's easy to use. You've got all sorts of options with it. You can obviously, this, if you put your emulator up, it'll just record that screen, but you can record more. Like, you can select what you want to record in this screen by adjusting it. So whatever you draw there, well, you're not drawing, you just altering the screen size, it will record inside this screen, or you can record the entire screen how big you want it. You can record the entire screen if you want to. So all sorts of options. If you go to settings, you can choose if you want to record with additional microphones. It listen to the sounds, what it's recording, so you can mix them. It's brilliant. It is a brilliant software. This is what I always use, is Bandicam to record. To edit, I use Sony Vegas or Sonic, whatever it's called now. I think it's Magic's Vegas Pro 14. This is an excellent piece of software for editing, and you know what, I always use this. Great piece of software to use. So last but not least is the computer itself, where I edit it all down, record games, play games, go on the internet. This PC does everything I want it to do. I only use one PC setup. That's all I really need. I mean, it is quite a powerful PC. It's an Intel Core i7, the latest Kobe Lake. I don't know if it's the latest now. it was when I bought it, but yeah, 32 gig of RAM, powerful graphics card. It's all I need. It's basically all I need to do what I need it to do. So yeah, so it all gets done on the PC. Here's the monitor. It's a 4K monitor by Asus. You can see the webcams on top. So basically that's my equipment, recording equipment, editing equipment. Yeah, basically it all gets done, all mixed here finally. I know it's a low production operation, but if I want to get it better, I'll have to spend some money. But at the moment I'm happy with what I do. It's great. I enjoy doing it. I know it's not the best, but there you go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.